says streetcars are not a new idea in Tucson. Since 1897, Tucson has used streetcars to move people through the business and residential areas near downtown University of Arizona. But they were like horse and mule. They didn't have electric streetcars until, let's see, 1906. Rapid transit installed with a ceremonial procession, retiring the horse and mule-drawn streetcars. The new electric streetcars ran until 1930. And they were replaced by buses. So we're talking 75 years. They decided to bring back the streetcar 1993 to 2011. We're getting a lot of different dates here. One of them was 1983. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Old Pueblo Trolley is a volunteer nonprofit. They've gotten, I don't know, a couple $1 million. They founded it in 1983 to bring back the trolley to connect to downtown with the University of Arizona. They restored and operated trolleys for 18 years until the city moved the infrastructure for construction of their modern streetcar. Okay? But, you know, this isn't the one we have. See if I could find. Hold on a minute. Special collections. Here we go. Hooves and Rails. Said the streetcar line was in Tucson. A long time coming, over 17 years. In 1880, one of the most significant dates in Tucson's history, on that day the first train arrived, the Southern Pacific Railroad. Now, they were trying to get a streetcar, electric streetcar, brought in before that. 1880. The University of Arizona opened in 1885. And they had the horse and mule by 1897. They tried since the 1880s to get electric streetcar in here. It's the University of Arizona in 1897. Let's see. They had a bus that they called a trolley or a streetcar until 1901. Yeah, all the stories are confusing, and pretty much they just use horses. Rapid transit was a bus. And they have very few photographs of any of our... Here's another article about Tucson. Wait a minute. It's not ours. It was on here. Hold on. Grand Rapids. There's one for Tucson. See, all these cities are trying to get one. Because, like the guy said in the interview, you know, if your area is depressed, just put in a trolley. A cute little trolley, and people will flock to the area. And you can get a lot of money from the federal government for grants to, you know, build them and stuff. They already had them. Why should they have to rebuild them? What happened to them? Here's Tucson's. So the new streetcar project is underway in coordination with downtown revitalization. They're building high-rises for the students and bars and restaurants. And they're destroying the ambience of that area, which is historic 4th Avenue. Let's see. This one's some pretty good pictures. This guy supposedly put in all the phone lines after he worked in San Francisco and Texas. He was from Indiana or somewhere. So he requested that the city of Tucson have a phone system, 28 subscribers. And he built the business up to 225 phones by 1899. He was made special agent in Arizona for the Sunset Telephone and Telegraph Company of Los Angeles. Okay. So anyway, he's the one that supposedly started the street railway. Manager of the Tucson Street Railway. Let's see if they got any pictures of it. There it is. Huh? And there's like an older picture. That was Tucson then. Here they are with their first rail line down the main street. This here in the foreground must be the University of Arizona campus. And there it is.
The flagship of the Old Pueblo Trolley, this 1910 Bernie safety car, started rolling down the tracks in 1993, carrying its load of riders and plenty of nostalgia.
We've had groups get on and just start singing as soon as the thing starts going down the track. And it's really nice to see the faces brighten up and the happiness that it brings to people that get on board. And that really has boiled down to what I like about the trolley.
A lot of folks are fond of number 10, but it turns out Tucson is just a stopover since the car was leased 10 years ago. This summer, it'll be retired to a track at the Heritage Square Railway Museum in Los Angeles.
So I know the car is going to be going to a good home. If we can't keep it, at least there at Heritage Square, the public can still enjoy it and it will be taken care of.
But have no fear, a Japanese trolley acquired 4 years ago is now undergoing restoration and should be up and running on Tucson streets to take the Bernie's place this summer. The deal struck 4 years ago included hard-to-find parts from another trolley which had been scrapped. The good news is that the running gear will be transferred to the newest member of the fleet, this Huntington Standard car which arrived a few months ago.
Which will make it runnable and quite a nice little car. They're twin 50 horsepower motors underneath it, so it'll cook along on the city streets just keeping up with traffic. Unlike the little Bernie, which has a top end of about 11 normally. We can get it up to 19 in a couple places. This one will easily do 40 when we get it finished.
Restoration, estimated to take about 3.5 years, should return the car to the glory it enjoyed when it was new in 1912 and a life on the streets, a far cry from its last incarnation, beached as a Presbyterian church.
The Huntington Standards were built primarily for operation in Southern California. It has open vestibules and is quite similar in appearance to a San Francisco cable car with the open end seating on each end and then an enclosed center. The thing we liked about the car when we had an opportunity to purchase it is that it's very similar to the very first cars that ran here in Tucson in 1906 through 1911.
But wait, that's not all. Old Pueblo Trolley awaits delivery of a 1907 Belgian trolley, now living in Phoenix as a bar. And in case you think this is all nostalgic indulgence, these trolleys offer more than decoration of the Tucson landscape. It costs just $67 for electricity and $12.50 in maintenance to run car number 10 for the month of December, on track laid in 1923.
Hopefully, the lessons taught to us by Seattle, Portland, Memphis, and New Orleans will be learned here in Tucson, and that is that if you want to revitalize a place of business that's gone downhill, stick a trolley in there and the businesses explode.
Trolley. Historic 4th Avenue. Trolley lines. Here comes one. Oh, check it out.